Alright. Hi, I am here once again with Mr. Lou Wagner, famous character actor who's been working. Oh, geez, I don't think you want to be reminded how many years you've been acting in the business. So,
No. Let's just move on.
fair enough. Now, last thing we were talking about was I wanted to start off with a question. You seem to be a good luck charm for producer Gregory Thomas Garcia, who had you, first of all, on Yes Dear almost a decade ago. And most people nowadays would actually recognize you as Wally Phipps from Raising Hope. Now, there seems to be a lot of truth in in terms of lawyers, in terms of how you play the character. Have you gotten any feedback from any real lawyers about your performance?
No, not yet. I think that will come about slowly, I think, But people seem to enjoy the character and they laugh with us, so that's good.
Indeed. Now, that actually, I think you sort of answered the next question, but I'll give it a go anyway. Is there any plans, because last time we saw Wally Phipps, he wasn't doing so well, actually. Is there any plans for the character to come back to the show?
Well, I'll be in the last, the end of this season. In fact, I'm going to remarry the two principals, So, I will be back. And we're just hoping that Fox picks us up. It's looking a little dubious because of the way we've sort of been handled this last season.
Sure.
Our time slot's been changed, and they put a couple of shows together every week, and so that doesn't bode well for us, but we're hoping.
Well, we hope so as well. Now, along with Raising Hope, you actually have a recurring role as Mr. Booms. I'm sorry, am I saying Booms plural?
Yeah.
Or with the S on the end? Nathan Miller's boss on, as I said, The Millers. What can we expect from the character in the future?
And it's up in the air. It's just whenever they can use me, and I'm not privy, to the writer's room, so,
Oh, that's fair.
But it's a fun character, and the group is wonderful. They're really great, and if you watch the show, you can attest that it's a very funny show.
Yeah, I think so. I was actually watching one just a little bit earlier today. So.
Yeah.
Now, this is sort of interesting. In 2002, you gave a dramatic performance in a production of The Grapes of Wrath as Uncle John, and that really contrasts with your upbeat personality, and even, dare I say it, a lot of the characters you play. Did you find that particular characterization a challenge?
No, I enjoy both drama and comedy. For the first half of my career, I was doing drama, and it was just in the last 15 years or so that I started doing more comedy, which I love. I love them both. It's hard to pick because they're, the one exciting thing for me about acting is the thrill of putting a character together and to sort of enlighten people on that aspect of that person.
Sure.
Whether it's a mean person or a misguided person or a funny person, it's just fun to do, So that's sort of where I am.
Interesting. Now, a number of the roles you've done, such as Quincy, M.E., and Savage One, had you... Salvage One, excuse me.
Yeah.
Had you playing jockeys. Did you get any real-life experience on horses, or was that just mere coincidence that this happened to
Well,
be
no,
the same thing. So,
it's my height. You know, I'm small in stature, so it's very easy for them to cast me as a jockey. From the early part of my career, I was a jockey. You know, in a lot of things, and I enjoy it. But I am definitely not a professional rider. You know, that is a total profession in itself. Those guys that do that are
I can imagine it. I can imagine it's very demanding.
Yeah. So no, I respect them, and I just play jockeys.
Well, if it helps any, it's a testament to your ability that I even had to ask the question. So,
Good.
now, I wanted to bring up another film that you had mentioned last time we talked, and I really hadn't gotten a chance to see it. I actually got it for Christmas, and it was Eugene Levy's Sodbusters. You had brought it up last time, and I got a chance to see it. Are there any special memories you have making that film? Because it was so much fun to watch.
It was a thrill, and I met a good buddy on that, Fred Willard, and I've been working with Fred ever since that show.
With the Mohos group, correct?
Yeah, it's called the Mohos. It's his Fred and Mary Willard's group, and that's tremendously exciting to do.
I actually have a funny story. Your probably your most famous line in the film is when you're in an earlier scene. You're talking about trying to think of what an ostrich was. You're trying to describe the word, and then a random point during this really tense moment, you scream out "ostrich." And actually, the day that my parents found that to get for me for Christmas, and were watching the film, I have a class in college where I use puppets. And the puppet that I was using was an ostrich. So by the time I watched the movie, I had sort of made the connection because my parents thought it was really hilarious that I'd gotten an ostrich puppet for this class. So it was a...
What's the class?
It's physical theater. It's a lot of body technique. Next semester we'll be delving into like commedia dell'arte. It's physical skill sets in the craft. So it's a very interesting class. Oh, I'm sorry?
What do you want to do with your life?
I'm actually hoping to be an actor myself. So.
Okay.
So I've been going to Niagara University for theater performance. So.
Great, man. That's great. Welcome.
Happy to be here. Now, you've also been doing for a long time commercials for McDonald's as the professor alongside Ronald McDonald. Could you tell us a little bit about that? I found that interesting.
Yeah, it's an actor's dream because for about 15 years, every month I would do a major commercial, for McDonald's, and nobody ever knew, So they, in essence, literally subsidized my career.
Wow.
And I bought a house because of them, and and I was able to study because of them, and it was really wonderful. And also, it was a tight-knit family that did those commercials. We were all doing the same thing, same producer, the same director.
Wow.
And the director was Howie Morris of Your Show of Shows. So,
wow.
If you ever saw the famous Your Show of Shows where they did This Is Your Life, that
yeah.
off of that, Howard Morris was the guy that grabbed a hold of his feet and just followed him around, and
oh, okay, yeah.
He's a famous,
wow.
wonderful actor. and he was directing all those different things.
That's incredible.
And, yeah, so we got wonderful comedy insight from him.
Now, you also I found something on the internet which I gotta be honest. The first time I watched it, it sort of confused me a little bit. It was the all holes filled commercials.
Oh,
After I got basically the basic idea of what it was, I found it hilarious. But I remember the first time watching it, I was baffled, but I found it funny, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to. So, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. This was a buddy, a guy named Charles Disney, who decided that he wanted to do a series of commercials, like an inept Midwestern town, a local commercial, with inept people. The guy that owns the all holes filled business is just square, and and he thinks he's doing wonderful, and he's well, you can see what he's doing.
Yeah.
But so that was the what we were trying for.
Yeah, it was just funny, and by this point I've watched several of the videos, and each one just gets progressively funnier, and I think when I revisit the old ones, it gets funnier as well. But like I said, the first time, I think once again it's a testament to the capabilities of you and your coworkers, because I wasn't quite sure what to think of it, and it looked legitimate enough that I was not sure.
How could they be so inept,
Yeah.
And that was what we were trying for, so that people would think, oh, this is a real commercial, but boy, they're dumb,
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, I understand that a big portion of your education in acting actually comes from two, I would say, very different sources. Some of your acting teachers included Lee Strasberg and James Frawley, the director of a number of episodes of The Monkees. There are many schools of acting. Is there any particular school of acting that you seem to work with the most?
Well, I'm a member of the Actors Studio, and so is Jim Frawley. So that's how I was, that's how I work with Jim, too.
Oh, okay.
But I've been a member for many years, and it's a place where professional actors can get together and work on things that they may not be cast in, so that if you fall on your face, you're falling on your face with friends, and you can grow from that and get better. And in essence, that's what I've been doing for many, many years.
Okay, so it's more. It doesn't sound so much like you ascribe to any school of acting so much as just progressively learning from whatever you're thrown into. So
the Actors Studio has a philosophy and a style of working, and that's where I learned my trade, and.
But it also sounds like you're very adaptive as well. So.
Well, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Now there's one last question, and I didn't have any notes per se about this question, but I recently watched the movie Sunsplit, and I thought it was very interesting, and I wanted to sort of get a take from you. What were some of your thoughts about making the film? So.
Yeah, the film was written by a buddy of mine, and he's a star of it. The guy that captures this girl, and is trying to set her straight. And, he just asked me. He had a character that he wrote for me, and he asked me to do it, and I enjoyed doing it. It was something left field for me, but I just enjoyed doing it.
It was fun to, like I said, it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. Also, it was. I think left field was definitely a good way to describe it. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but
Yeah.
no, I thought it was an interesting and entertaining watch. I personally thought so.
Yeah, and a very, very low budget film, So
Yeah, but
it's amazing when somebody can have the idea to do something and actually complete it,
true.
And he's done 3 or 4 other films since then, so he's doing good.
That's impressive. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us again. It's a pleasure to have you as a guest.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Signing off.
Well, thank you.
And thank Catherine for setting this up for us.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
And-
Without my daughter, I would, I couldn't do it. She's the one that knows all about all this stuff, so.
Also, I wanted to just mention, you and I have worked with a common person. Well, she's not common, but I had the pleasure of working with Wendell Meldrum back in 1983 when she did a film here in Buffalo.
With who?
Wendell Meldrum?
From Sodbusters?
Sure. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's a very sweet lady. Beautiful eyes.
Yes,
Just,
she really is.
just stunning
Yeah.
eyes.
I loved doing Sodbusters. It was, it's one of the 4 or 5 wonderful things that I really, I like doing Chips, and probably my favorite thing was, Lucius and Planet of the Apes.
Sure.
But aside from that, this was such a zany, wonderful,
Oh
funny.
my God, it was.
We've been quoting it since Christmas.
Oh yeah, the ostrich line gets thrown around.
Oh, yes. For the rest of my life, I'm going to be getting emails that say ostrich and nothing else.
That's Eugene Levy. That's the humor of Eugene Levy.
And it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again very much.
Thank you so much.
Participating in
Oh,
this.
my pleasure. Thanks for caring. Okay.
Sure.
Oh, not at all. Thank you.
You have a nice day.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye bye.